The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're planning on buying or selling a home, the real estate crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Also joining us on the Real Estate House Party is our favorite pharmacist, Artie Januario.
Okay.
Sweet mother of pearl, under a minute.
Was that
Under
good?
A minute.
Was that good?
That was a little bit.
Was it too forced?
Yeah.
Was it too
It
quick?
wasn't bad. Usually
I
you don't
kinda
bring
like-
me until about minute 19.
Yeah, that's we've
No,
been
10
working on
minutes
that.
and 19.
Yeah,
You know
we've been
what?
working
You know what the
on
problem with that introduction is? Favorite pharmacist.
Yeah, don't
You're the only
say that.
pharmacist I know.
Just say pharmacist.
no,
Don't say
you should be my favorite person or something like
Plus,
that.
you shouldn't have a favorite pharmacist.
No.
They should all do the same job.
Right. It's like,
Hey, that
Right.
one pharmacist is great. He gives me extra stuff.
he's my favorite.
He's my
pharmacist.
favorite
Are
pharmacist.
you better on prescriptions than you are on traveling?
No.
No.
Oh boy.
I'm
oh
an
boy.
expert traveler.
Oh, you
I'm
are
an expert traveler.
because you do a lot of it.
Well, I'm
to get to exit 1, you hit exit 3, and
Well, I came
kinda
back
off.
just one exit today. It was raining. I
that's
couldn't
what
see.
I figured.
You know, I have my favorite Artie Januario
Go ahead.
story. I don't know if I've ever said it on this podcast.
Yep.
But we used to work the Borgata in Atlantic City.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of great room, lot of fun.
Yep.
And so Artie was going there, driving down
By myself.
by himself.
Really?
Yes.
That shouldn't
Yes.
happen.
You know?
That
And
should not happen.
What happened to your ride?
And so I literally give him turn by turn, route by route directions.
Yellow legal pad, as a matter
Yellow
of fact.
legal
It was
pad.
a big piece
Take
of paper.
Exit so and so
Yeah.
onto the Garden
Yeah.
State Parkway.
Yeah.
You take that 68 miles to blah blah blah.
So
turn
very
right.
specific.
Very specific.
Very specific.
He gets there.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Then I get a call
got
on the
there.
ride home, which
Yeah.
you would think you would just reverse those
around.
You would
Yep.
Not
reverse
Artie.
those
Start from the
direct-
bottom of the page and go up. Yep.
right.
Well, this is what I did. I had the paper, and I went like that.
No,
It was very confusing.
So he calls me from the top of New York.
Yep.
And he goes, "Hey, I'm on my way home." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Should I have gone over the George Washington Bridge twice?" and I
that must have been the
actually say to him, I go, "Artie, in the history of directions, nobody has ever said go over the same bridge in opposite directions. It doesn't make any sense. You would be exactly where you started."
Where did you get off and exit? And
Well,
then
I
I know it gets a little confusing. I know
Enough
it's
said.
confusing.
I was hungry and I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And
Well,
so it said New York City. I said, I'll go that way. So I went over. Ian points north. And so I was heading north. And so I went over to George Washington Bridge. And then I looked back at the directions. And there's no mention of the bridge at all. And I said, oh, man, maybe I should go back. So, I mean, this is in traffic, too.
Sure.
So I went back over the bridge. And then I went right.
No, you didn't.
And I said, well, I'm hungry. So then I went to this neighborhood where I was the lightest person there. And I'm fairly dark.
Yeah.
But you made it out to tell the story.
Yeah, and then I got back in the car, and then I found myself heading to the George Washington Bridge again. And I said, oh, my, maybe I'll call Tony.
So the first mistake is getting lost in directions. The second mistake was telling him.
And then
Yeah,
calling
yeah,
Tony,
yeah.
right?
You had to get bailed out.
How many years ago was this?
Not that long ago.
All right.
4 or 5.
A while.
All right.
4 or 5 years.
Because this story's going to be told for a while.
It's all right,
It's all right, Artie.
He's
I
being-
got it right.
I think he feels
When I
bad.
left the Borgata, I told my wife I'll be home around 6 o'clock. And I got home about 2 in the morning.
Oh boy.
My wife called me. She gives
Oh,
someone
I
a
was
ride.
just going to tell that story.
Someone to ride home or pick something up and drop off my kid's school, and I was on the George Washington Bridge. I hadn't told her I was off to New York for the day. So
Oh, jeez.
can't quite make it.
Well, how long is it going to take you? And you're
Well,
like,
about 8 hours.
Did you mean today?
I'll get there as soon as I can.
oh boy.
So we've asked a few comedian guests lately, Artie, and you've owned your house. How long have you owned your house?
My house? Well, the
Since, like-
bank still owns it. but
Right,
it's
right.
Since 1989. 1989.
Well, I like that he knows
No.
that the bank kind of owns
No,
it.
you're right.
Yeah.
So you're right.
No, wait a minute. 1986.
Okay.
What's today? 19
He does our drugs.
Yeah.
Because I got to go by how old my son is. My
2018.
son was 1. He was
Okay.
born in 85. So I do the math from there.
I usually go by the.
86.
I usually go by Red Sox World
World
Series.
Series. Oh,
that's a good- that's
Was it
nice.
before or after the
That's
debacle?
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
My garden is based upon Ty Cobb's birthday. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, what did you do when you? I know we got a lot of notes to do here, but beforehand, let me ask you: when you were buying your house, did you do a home inspection? What did you do?
Yeah, well, I had to borrow 12 grand from this guy down the north end. That was status. This
And
is
it was
all
just
true, by
a
the way.
handshake, though, right?
Yeah,
There was nothing.
You know, and my dad had to get involved. Anyway, so
Was it guns involved?
no.
Did you know this guy? Or
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
He's a distant relative. They
Okay.
keep as distant as possible. He's dead now, but anyway. So, yeah, and then what do you want to know? How much I had to put down or something?
No.
No.
Did
That
you,
was the money I
Home
borrowed.
inspection.
did you do a home
Oh, yeah.
inspection?
Just see
Yeah,
what,
well, my
what the
brother-
1980s were like in buying a house with the Januarios.
I got a home inspection.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
had the guy come in and do the home inspection.
Okay.
Yep, it's a house.
No, but he had like a ice pick and a hammer,
it,
and
yeah.
he was checking all the wood because it's an old house built
Yeah.
in 1863. You know, for
You've
a
done
guy
your-
came back from the Civil War and had
You've
one
done your
arm.
own. You've done your own title search to the property,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I did all that too. But he checked and he went up with the thing and he checked the wood to
Make
see if,
sure-
if the.
How'd you know he was one arm from the
the-
title search?
Oh, it said it in the thing.
Oh, in the home inspector?
Got a one-armed man. Oh, anyway, so because
I think I'm checking out of this show already.
no, because there was a whole page written by him, and then he turned the page to be nothing, so he couldn't write with his
They
left
tell
hand
us-
because he didn't have a left arm.
Tony, I
his
found
name?
another job for you.
Oh,
The home inspector job.
I can do that,
Yeah, 'cause
sure.
You can do that. You just
what did
go
you
in.
just say?
yeah, it's a house.
Yeah,
give me my 450.
Yeah, there you go. It's a I
good, solid construction.
I will guarantee this is a house.
How about this? He said to me, and this
Yep.
is what, how many? 6 years ago? He said 32.
32.
32 would be
Yeah.
the math, yeah.
Yeah.
And so he said, this cellar's never had any water in it. I said, hey, anyways, there's no water lines or anything like that, and it's the old stones, like hand
Yeah.
laid stones like
Yeah.
that. And he goes, you'll never get water in this house. And I never have.
Really?
I've never had water, other than like the water heater breaking or
Yeah.
something.
If I was a home inspector, I don't know if I'd make those representations.
Listen,
No, but he was right.
I know he's
He goes,
right, but
you can't.
you can't.
He goes, they
I
don't
know.
make foundations like this anymore.
All
He goes,
right.
this
Sometimes
thing
you
is
go
solid,
in.
solid.
Sometimes you go and you see, like petrified fish skeletons.
Yeah.
And, you go,
And there's
I'm gonna
no water in
you
that
go, I'm
basement.
gonna have some trouble here.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
I'm gonna go.
You've had water in the
You've had
basement.
water, right.
Yeah.
But we've had a couple of clients that call us after the closing,
Can't do it.
and they say, well, our radiator doesn't work. Our
Too late.
what is it called? The furnace.
Furnace
It
doesn't
Got the
doesn't
call
work.
yesterday.
Is it too late?
And
A little
Rick
bit.
said, well, what did your home inspector tell you about the furnace?
we
She
didn't
goes,
have
I
it.
didn't have one.
Right.
And someone
Nickel and diamond.
suggested to her not to have a home inspection.
Save $450.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was only good if they were going to negotiate the price, and they weren't going to negotiate the price. But
Right.
sometimes you want a home inspection to find out what's going to break down within the year or two.
Yeah.
But literally, it was the next day. So I guess the fire department went in, and actually, I never heard of this. They red flagged it.
Like
So-
she can't even
She
run her
couldn't-
heat
her-
in
she
her brand new
couldn't
house,
even-
or
wow.
Too much
her
carbon
brand new
monoxide.
house. Right.
Let me ask you this: when did home inspections start?
that's what I was asking.
There
I mean-
has to be one
least-
guy,
at least
one
30
guy
years
who
ago.
screwed
Yeah.
it up.
At
Like in
least-
our business, right? You get a sweet gig at a club, and they
Yeah.
go, "Oh, they'll take care of you. They'll feed you.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be all set." And then you go back the second time. They go, "No, we don't feed comedians anymore because this guy came in
Someone
and
screwed it
ordered
up."
lobster and then take food home, and so you can always trace it back to one.
Anyone you know?
Everyone I know.
Yeah, I was
bunch
gonna
of people
say.
that ruined it for everybody.
Yeah,
You can't even narrow it down. I was thinking
Yeah.
about your vocation history. You've never worked at where you had to punch in and,
Have you ever worked at a place where
No.
you have to punch in?
Good point.
No, I've never done an honest day's work in my life, and I make no bones about it.
No, seriously,
that was my
no employee handbook
Nope,
or
nope.
no hanging around the water cooler to talk about. Don't look at me
No.
like that.
Oh,
You
I was
should-
thinking about our employee handbook.
When I was,
I've been thinking about it too. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to it.
When I was doing mental health, when I was that 4 or 5 year period before I started doing comedy. I mean, I had to be somewhere, but it was very. There was no time cards or anything. I had clients to see and places, in meetings and stuff like that. But that's the closest I ever came.
You guys don't have comedian meetings where you...
Oh, we do. We have one today.
We have one today, yeah.
And those must be grueling.
Yeah.
Those must be grueling. You're going to have to bring an umbrella and a raincoat today.
Well, I'm all prepared. I got it all in the trunk.
Okay,
We're all good.
That's usually at the dumpster at Prince Pizza.
Well, right, that's what I meant. They're going to be standing outside smoking cigars.
Right.
Bouncing off their favorite jokes to each other,
Yeah.
all their new material.
Don Gavin always practices with me with jokes. He always throws out a few. He hit a few at Joe Yanetti's wedding. He likes to practice the new jokes.
Gag, yeah.
You like this one? You like this one? Say, yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like gab, but
I hate
illegal
that.
showcasing. It's illegal showcasing. I'm not a fan.
Is this like a pocket listing in the real estate
I'm
world?
sure they pick out someone that laughs.
The laughs at everything.
I think that's why they
Pretty
come
much
to me.
laughs at everything.
He laughs when he
think
shouldn't be
things
laughing.
No, I think things are funny.
No,
Artie,
yeah.
I think you were very funny the other night. I just...
I always think you're funny, Artie.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, no, it wasn't just the other night. Good point. Thank you.
No, wait, your birthday party last year.
Oh, very funny.
I was hysterical. I couldn't
that was
stop
fun,
laughing.
Yeah. You looked at me and said, I thought you were a lot older.
I did. I really did.
All right, so we did start on home inspection.
Yeah.
So
we
I
don't know
guess
when it started. We don't
It's
know.
probably-
Now, these inspectors, do they inspect the utility type stuff?
No, that's a
too?
good
They
point.
might check
Home
the
inspectors
furnace
are
and the
different.
The heating
heat and
system, the electrical system, the plumbing.
Because mine
And if-
just kind of inspected the structure itself.
Yeah, and because I
No,
think
that's a real good
everything.
point, because sometimes they should tell you what they're not. You ran into that.
we had one, and I was wondering about the
roof.
Our roof, like how many years we have till we have to
Left
replace
on
the
the
roof.
roof, yeah.
And my husband said, "Oh, he didn't go on the roof." I go, "What do you mean he didn't go on the roof?"
know.
He goes, "He's too old."
Yeah,
He's
I know.
too
I
old. He
just
says,
didn't
don't
know that
do
was an
roofs."
excuse, right.
But we were kind of in it. We were going in it.
Yeah.
Got a good price on it.
Right.
So if
Right.
we have to replace the roof in a
You
couple
gotta
of
do
years,
it,
we got to
right.
replace the roof.
When we were getting ready, when we were selling my brother's house down the Cape, he had it before he, we went through all the business. He had one of the most extensive inspections I'd ever seen in my
You're
life,
right.
down to like doorknobs being loose and hinges
amazing.
being crinky.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I've never seen anything like it. It had to be 40 or 50 pages thick,
Wow.
and they inspected everything.
But what I think a home inspection should be doing is checking the big ticket items,
Right.
like the heating and the
Yeah.
plumbing and the electric, right, and the
Yeah.
roof.
Yeah.
And some of the little things like that come back is like the latch, the latch on the window
Oh, yeah.
is
I've had
broken,
that lately, yeah.
or like things that like.
right.
Actually, your house would be a good example. I mean, I wonder if you've had a lot of water line issues, right? Plumbing issues, right?
The house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
well.
more than just
Both.
I always like to clear that up. The house has plumbing issues. My
I didn't mean to point to you.
His
No,
plumbing
my
is
plumbing-
off
I meant
limits.
I meant
As far as you
your house.
know, as far as you know, my plumbing is fine.
Except when you're a little
Yeah, I get a little
damp.
Yeah, that's you get a little.
You didn't want to say
you didn't wanna say
the M
I
word,
wasn't
did you?
saying the M word.
She didn't want to say the M word.
I don't like it. But yeah, but I mean,
Artie always has that look in the face. Why do I do this?
No, I like to listen.
Why do I do this?
I love to do it.
yeah, I mean, but I basically have all new plumbing now.
But I'm wondering if that home inspector, because there's more than just the house plumbing,
Right.
but it was also plumbing from the city.
Well,
I'm wondering if that home inspector would.
it went from the main back.
Right. I don't
know
think
what I
any
mean?
home inspector would catch something
No.
like
No,
that.
I don't know how you could.
You know?
But I mean, when they broke in and saw what was going on, I mean, the guy said, "I've never seen anything like this."
Right.
So it's an aberration.
Yeah. Whereas, like,
Well,
there
you
had
guys
to
had-
be broken pipes for years to the point
That
where
was
stuff was
stuffing up the-
settling
right.
and rocks. There were rocks in there. So then I had to have the pressure come in, the pressure guy twice, and clean out the whole thing. And then they relined from the break all the way out to the main.
Right,
So
right.
like there's a brand new pipe in there now.
Right.
And then they stuck everything together and put in a clean out so in case anything
I just don't
happened.
think some home inspectors would catch
No,
something.
so
How would you?
I
How
think
would
like it's almost like buying a dishwasher in a box, right?
Right.
And you get it home, you install
Kathy had a
it,
final sale.
and it doesn't work.
Right.
It's brand spanking new.
Right.
And
Right.
so you know what I mean? So there's nothing guaranteed. Even when you're buying a house and you have a home inspection, there are certain things. You know, we sold our house and our furnace guy said we just cleaned it. Everything's working perfect.
Right.
2 days after our buyers took possession of the house, they put the heat on and big black smoke's coming out of our furnace. But
well, that has something to do with the voodoo dolls you own.
But the thing is, that would have happened to us if we lived there.
you lived there,
You know,
right.
But it wasn't like we tried to get something over on them or whatever.
right.
So a home inspection is just kind of, it's not foolproof, right?
Right.
So, but it's a nice tool to have. If you're spending $500,000 on a house, a home inspection is a great idea each and every time.
Listen, if you're spending $500,000 on anything, you should have it inspected.
Right.
You know, a car, a wife from another country, have it inspected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pay $500,000.
I didn't. No, I'm saying some people do.
Oh, no, he didn't marry.
Yeah, no. Or a husband from another country.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes both ways.
I would have him bring the $500,000.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
That's called the dowry.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Bring your own damn dowry.
That's right.
Yep.
Wow, we'll
So-
see you with dower and curtsy terms.
knows all
and
the words.
He knows all the
I know
words.
things.
He read books.
So I
I
guess
stopped reading, but I used to
He
read.
used to read a lot.
So now all that knowledge is just bubbling up.
and bubbling out.
Right. It can't be stopped. It can't be stopped.
So that's our first tip to our listeners.
Get your home inspected
good.
if you're
Plus,
buying a
Yeah, and
home.
it's
You
kind of
get
a
a
general
feeling.
statement where a seller doesn't have to, unless a seller's asked. I mean, they're not in Massachusetts. We always have to preface it because this show's heard worldwide.
Worldwide, sure.
World. So,
Oh,
Well,
sure.
plus, and if you have the inspection too, and if you have a wife or a spouse or something that is worried, it's one more thing that you say. Well, hey, we had it inspected. Don't
Right.
worry,
No, you're
nothing's
right.
going to go wrong.
Right.
If
Right.
something goes wrong,
it's the inspector's fault. You did everything you were supposed to.
Pretty much, you're pacifying everybody, even yourself. You're thinking
Well,
I did everything I could to make sure that this is the right move.
And then there's some people that are risky, that don't mind the gamble, and they're gonna waive
Whatever
their home
happens.
inspection.
Now, how do you get in touch with one of these inspectors? Does the bank provide them, or do you just
No.
have to
You
hire
have to
them?
get your own.
Google
Yeah.
home inspector.
Yeah.
But how do you know he's?
Well, you know what happens a lot of times.
Some guy, I'm here to look at your house.
No, you make
Where's your daughter?
keep the inspection of the house, please.
You got to make sure they have some sort of a badge.
Oh
They have
yeah,
a badge.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have
They're
a
good. Let them in.
because nobody can get those.
No, please.
Or a business card. It's
yeah.
really tough to get those off Vistaprint for $9.99.
If they
for
have the
2,000.
raised lettering there.
And the
that's
guy-
$14.99.
And a guy with a magnifying glass. going.
And what'd you say? He had a pick and a hammer.
Yeah, he had like an ice pick and a hammer.
Well, that's the one you want to let
Like
into your
something
house.
from a horror movie. You know what I mean? But he goes, this wood is old. He goes, it's oak. He says,
Probably
it's
good
old.
wood.
How much you buy your house for?
I used to bend nails, putting the nails in some of the wood.
Really?
Yeah, up in the attic. Yeah.
Had to be good wood. It was for a
It's from-
one-armed guy.
Yeah. It's from 1863.
Don't minimize it.
They know how to build houses
I know,
back
how would
then.
he do that? That's hard.
I don't know,
You
but
put the
it's-
nail in. Just go
Okay,
quickly.
Ricotta.
Right.
Next on the
Next
list.
Next on the list. So I guess another one of our tips is a seller. They're not supposed to commit
Well,
fraud.
were we doing fallacies?
Yeah,
So
we're
you don't
doing
need a home inspection. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you
If
do.
you're
Yes, you
buying
do.
a house for cash, you don't need a closing attorney.
Fallacy, right? You need a
No,
closing attorney.
you needed a closing attorney
All right,
for
Tony.
anything.
Take it away, Tony.
You
Run with this segment.
not only do you need a closing attorney, you should get a reputable business attorney behind you
Wow.
from day one.
Right.
The first time you think about buying a house, you get on the horn and you call Carter Law,
Nice.
and then you are sure that
Wow.
all the way through you
You're
will be
good.
taken care of.
You don't
Hey.
even go out of your house without Ricardo, right?
I call him to see if I need an umbrella.
What's their phone number? I want to write it down.
I can't do the number unless I sing it.
What is
Sing
it?
it. Sing it.
781
That's not a song.
781
Come on, a little rhythm.
944
Very good.
9222.
Very good.
Thank you.
781-944-9222.
No, so you have.
781-944-9222.
If you need a,
Yeah, no, you had our jingle.
Oh, I had our. Oh, geez, now you can try to make me remember it.
You know,
Yeah.
in your defense, I don't think you've ever done. I think you just hit my name and.
If you need a handy man.
No, that's not how.
Oh, no.
Here it goes.
If you're thinking of buying or selling your home, you get Carter Law. On the phone, call 781-944-9222.
All right, we need a little work on that part.
The Beach Boys, we ain't.
No,
I thought we were the Beatles.
sound like a Good and Plenty commercial at the end there.
The Beatles, the good ones or the bad ones?
Oh, once upon a time there was an engineer.
Yeah,
Choo Choo Charlie was his name we hear.
He had an engine and it sure had fun. He used Rip Carter law to make the house run.
Ricky
781-9222.
Ricky
Oh my
says,
God.
You're just going to give out 4 of the numbers,
Do you
aren't
have
you?
the hook? Do you have the hook? We're gonna just hook these guys right off the stage.
We're doing so well.
We're doing-
We're
we are still doing
very
well.
well. Artie likes coming on. He actually is
It's a good thing
interested
you
in-
guys are buffers between us.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Why do you think we sit here?
And it's a good thing you two are buffers for me and her. We found out we have a new calendar now at the office.
Really?
Yes, we have
no
a new
longer the King James?
you going by
No,
lunar?
it's-
You going by lunar cycle?
No, it's a Microsoft Outlook. Very
Oh,
simple
nice.
to use.
So we've decided now we got to preface this because we never preface it the same way. Kathy Holtshouser is probably the hardest worker I've ever seen in my life. She used to work about 100 hours for us and then go to her part-time
A
job.
month?
Huh?
No.
Wait, you had a part-time job
Yeah,
when you
before
worked?
I had children, I waitressed.
A calendar
Are you
girl?
kidding me?
No,
Yeah, so she literally left our
We're at the Waffle House?
no, not at the Waffle House.
You have a problem with the Waffle House?
No, I love it. I just thought maybe
all right.
it was a breakfast
So our
specialty.
new
Where
calendar.
was it?
In Winchester Center, it was called Maximilian's.
I know it. I know.
I actually got voted. Didn't I get voted
Yes.
best waitress of the
Waitress.
year in
Wow.
19?
For the whole state or just a restaurant?
You
No,
get
in
no
that-
argument from me.
Yeah, no, I did. I was very proud of myself.
When was that? 1998?
No, 1992,
even earlier.
I think.
Oh, I didn't go out to dinner then.
Yeah.
You're paying for your
I'm
mortgage.
trying to pay off my house.
Trying to pay off a loan, Chuck.
certainly wasn't
Let's
gonna go
be
to
honest,
Winchester.
right.
So with that being said, that she's the hardest worker we've ever seen, we have a new
Yes.
calendar now
Yeah.
on what days she is working.
That was my idea.
That was her idea.
That's a good
You know how you
idea.
usually put on, I'm going to be out the
Yeah,
following
yeah,
days.
right.
Kathy
Isn't
out,
it-
Kathy out. I'm just going to do Kathy in, so
Her husband
That's
ratted her out there. I
hilarious.
saw her
That's
husband the other day.
All you need is a board with holes in it,
Yeah.
the peg. And it seems like you'd only need very few pegs.
yeah, we'll,
Yeah, you're
we'll
not
work
going to
on
break
that.
the bank on pegs.
We go for quality and not
Yeah.
quantity.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
her husband said, "Oh yeah, so you heard about our trip to Montreal in December here?" And I
And
said,
I come running out of the house.
"Not really."
I go, Stewie, he doesn't know anything about it. I was waiting to the perfect time to ask
tell.
him.
Yeah,
or to
yeah.
tell him.
Tell him.
Oh God! Didn't your kids laugh when you told them I got to
Yeah,
ask
like-
Ricardo first?
Well, they're like, we're going
Why?
December
Even Artie's
20th.
laughing about that
We're
one.
going December 21st. We'll be going da-da-da-da. And I said, oh, I don't know if I can get off work. And they all just went hysterical
Of
laughing.
course they did.
Nobody buys houses around Christmas.
No.
Honey,
No,
I
it's a
bought
good
you a
point.
mansion in Winchester. You're going to love the restaurant.
That I was waitress of the
Maximilian.
year.
Listen, we're closing on this gingerbread house, and I need to have it inspected. I think someone's been putting oil in the frosting and not using butter.
That's your favorite place. Oh, yeah. That used
love
to be your
that.
favorite
It used to be
place.
until you told me not. but
Although, you know,
the
some people
muffins
can
were-
refinance their house to buy Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We
give 'em-
find it.
It's not financially sound
No,
to do
but
But you get to
something
skip a
like that.
payment. Why don't you just refinance every month?
You know, my favorite, they started with the Christmas commercials already.
Oh,
And my
absolutely.
favorites are the one where the guys are finding the Mercedes in the
Oh.
driveway
Oh,
with
yeah.
the bow on it.
yeah, like
When-
who's doing that?
Yeah, because he was upset as a 6-year-old.
I mean-
right.
Yeah, you're looking at a guy that cheats on his wife. Is
Right,
what you're looking at.
yeah, right.
Honey, I bought you a Mercedes for Christmas. I'll be gone for the next 2 weeks with my secretary.
But it's well worth it.
And most wives would be like, I'll take the Mercedes.
How many times do you think that? I mean, how many?
That doesn't happen at the V household?
A, I don't have a driveway.
Yeah.
And B,
okay.
And B, if my wife ever bought me a Mercedes,
I
would go, what have you done with my wife?
Oh, what have you done?
Done, right. What have you been smoking? You know what I mean? But I just think that's funny.
Yeah, no, you're right.
As
a 5-year-old, the kid's
But I
disappointed.
mean, as an ad campaign even, how many people are you targeting?
I know.
Yeah.
You know what
Less than 1%.
If it works
I
once,
would think
you sold one car. I don't know.
But there are crazy people out there that buy, like you see it on Facebook on Christmas morning. My kids are opening up their, stockings, right?
Right.
With malted milk balls,
Oh, I love malted milk.
I know, they hate them. They hate them.
I love them.
Every year they say, do not buy me malted milk balls, Mom. Anyway, thing is like scrolling through Facebook and you see people
I guess people do, yeah.
People get cars for presents.
You know what? I'm going to make some fake ones this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a picture of me, like in front of,
you
a
should.
Lamborghini. Say,
Yeah.
thank you, honey, for my great Christmas gift. And people will be like, what?
I wanted one as a 5-year-old and a 15-year-old. Now here I am with my Lamborghini. Exactly. All right, we have a few tips.
Yeah.
Because we seem to not be flying. I said to Kathy today, I said, I got 12 down. I was going to put more down, but we're not going to get to 12.
That's all right.
So do the last 8.
So
Let's do the first one. That's actually this could actually save some people a lot of problems and headaches.
Oh, I like
let's
that.
hear it.
That's what we're here for.
A lot of headaches.
Go ahead.
If you take one tip out of this, everyone always knows when you buy a house, they always think they're done. They've done with it. You seem to be scowling at me
no,
today.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm actually.
Am I reading into it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Waiting with
You're very
bated
sensitive,
breath.
yeah.
Bated breath.
No,
like,
he's being a little
see
bit
what
too
you're-
sensitive.
His setup takes so long.
Yeah, you
The
have a
setup.
very neutral
Sometimes
look on your face.
I just
Yeah.
feel unsafe, and
Well,
it's kind of
no,
Pavlovian.
Maybe
No.
you're projecting.
That's what I told you. We had an unsafe work
Let me see if I
environment,
can
and now you're putting it back.
tap back into my
Go-
mental
go-
health work.
Yeah, I know.
You seem to be projecting
Yeah.
your feelings
Okay,
on Kathy.
okay, so I'm really
And-
scowling at
yes,
her.
yes.
Okay.
You're questioning her.
He's scowling
Yes,
at me?
Yes.
Call
'Cause she's-
9222.
Don't call 9222.
They'll be fighting.
All right, give him a
Go
good
ahead.
tip.
All right, here's
is
a
one.
good tip
Yeah.
that no one ever does. So everyone buys a house. They think they're all done legally.
Got a house?
Got to get a durable power of attorney.
Of course you do.
Because everyone gets a will.
So let's tell everyone what a durable power of attorney does.
It's something that doesn't wear out.
Right.
It's written on
Right.
very
Wow.
sturdy. It's written on very sturdy stock.
Yes.
So that when you put it away and forget where it is.
I don't think the
I
two
think
of
it's
you are
in the
taking
hope
this.
chest. No, it's in the cabinet under
No,
the sink.
it's in where our legal papers are.
It's in
Where
the
are
trunk.
those? I don't know.
In the fake Lamborghini you
Yeah,
have.
they're in the car. I think I told
When
yesterday.
I'm always the third one in, you look at me out of the
You're like
three.
a little kid. Like you can't just like.
I can't let it go.
He likes to
can't
go
put
off the
him back.
rails with us.
I know.
He likes
You can't put it
Which
back
way
on
should I go?
track.
Off the rails or stay here with?
So a durable power of attorney.
Yes.
So here's the deal. Here's
Okay,
the
go
deal.
ahead.
So everyone gets, a lot of people get the wills, so they know what happens. If you
When-
pass away, hopefully it goes to your wife.
Yes.
What happens, and I've heard this a couple times lately, where husband has a stroke. They're trying to sell the house, and with no durable power attorney,
They can't
they
sell
can't
it.
sell it. They have to go to court.
But
Why
he doesn't
can't
have a
they?
wife or anything?
Why can't they sell it? Because he might.
He doesn't have the
he might
capacity
be-
to
yeah,
sell,
mentally,
but he
he's not-
still owns
he's
the property.
incapacitated.
Right.
So now you're stuck. So now you have to go get like a guardian ad litem and the court. So you have to
A guardian what?
Ad litem.
What does that mean?
Ed Lightem. You ever
Ed
I
Lightem?
met him.
He's a home inspector.
He is, but he
Lightem.
smokes
with
a
one
lot.
arm. With
Of
one
your
arm.
gingerbread home.
Yeah, he's a gingerbread house.
So, but it's
Those are some sweet
is it-
gumdrops
Can
you
you
got
get
there,
it done?
sister.
Can you get it done, people? These guys aren't listening to me, so let's
Of course we are. I just want to know what an item is.
So, can
Focus.
this guy sell if he doesn't have a durable power
I
of
see.
attorney? Yes, he can, but he has to go through
You know,
the
Tony's mocking us
courts.
because he actually did this for his kids, I think, the other day.
I did. I have a durable power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
And they all
fooling
have
us
them.
now.
No,
He
no,
knows.
I'm just, but I didn't know the words. You
So,
just told
so
me
a
to sign
durable power of
places.
attorney.
Yeah.
So if something happens to your spouse, if they pass away, a will would probably take care of it.
But
what
if they're incapacitated.
right, you can't sell that house.
Right, like
So
tied
that-
up in a closet.
Right.
Anyway,
Gagged.
you're incapacitated.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But some some people mentally
frozen
are
by jealousy.
mentally they're not incapacitated, but physically maybe they had a stroke and they can't sign.
Right.
So if you don't have that durable power of attorney, you have to go to court to ask the court
So you
permission.
have to sign this to a person?
Yes.
The durable power of
Yes.
attorney,
So you gotta-
like your brother or somebody
Your
else.
wife.
Your
is
wife.
So you have to
typically
be,
who you do it.
It wouldn't automatically default to your wife
No.
or your spouse?
Not if something
No.
happened to you and you're still alive.
Okay.
And
And a
say
will.
Even if everything's in both your names.
Correct.
Yes.
If a
Yeah.
will, with a will,
With a will, it does.
or the
Yeah, but
how
that's
or
only
how,
if you die, though.
So I guess
yeah. So how you own the property.
if you're in a
also,
coma or
Right.
something.
Correct.
Then
Right.
you're
They can't be taped.
So the
duct
advice
taping
would be to call an
Right.
attorney. You could call Carter
Poor
Law
Ed Sullivan, our
office.
producer. He's actually fidgeting in his chair. He's all over trying to.
He's like.
I'm loving this. I'm learning a lot.
aren't we?
So
We
you
all
should
are.
You should see an estate planning attorney.
Yes.
We can do durable powers of attorney. So you
Oh,
can
there
call
you
what
go.
number?
You could call 781-944-9222.
You didn't sing it.
Get Carter
And we
Law.
could do
I
a
did in my
durable
head.
power of attorney for you.
I
We
was
could do
rapping it
simple
that
wills. You-
So can I have Rick Carter be
Yeah.
my durable power of
Absolutely.
attorney?
yeah.
durable.
Very durable.
Durable.
Very durable.
Not adorable.
Right.
Not what
So
his
that-
wife says,
Right.
but
So that saves you from laying in a hospital bed and somebody duct taping a pen to your arm and moving it.
yeah,
Right.
like some
And he's right. He's there.
unscrupulous nurse. That's
Right.
why you vote maybe
Right.
on question one.
Right.
But then if a
Because
notary.
if I'm their fifth charge, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going to
But a
happen.
notary public, when they watch you sign it,
Yeah.
says that you're signing it under no duress and it's your
Freely.
Your
Yeah.
free will.
act and
Yeah.
deed.
And if you don't have free
And if you have
acting deed-
somebody,
Yeah, the duct tape is a bad sign.
It's not this, Kathy. It's
I kind of like that the
got
first
confused.
one.
I'm just.
How do you think she got the house? All
hey.
right. So
Are we
again,
done?
No. No, we're just revving up. Let's
we're
go.
no, I think that's our.
That's
if
it?
No, I have 14 others here, but
No, there's other
Oh, all
weeks.
right.
There's other weeks. This is what we call a tease.
So we have one more tip if you're selling your house
Yeah.
and someone's buying your house. Some people are confused on whether they need to get all their belongings out by the time they close. If they're closing at 9 o'clock this morning,
Yeah.
you better make sure
All
that
this.
your house is has every article, every piece of
Get your
furniture.
shit and
And
get out.
there you go.
But what if you don't want the person that's leaving doesn't want the stuff? They just
Well,
say
they make
you
an
can get rid of it?
arrangement. No. They won't. Most buyers will not close with the seller's stuff in there. But like, say I said, I'm going to leave my refrigerator for
Right.
you. It's already
It's all in the
prearranged.
purchase and sale,
And the
yes.
other thing is, the house needs to be free of debris, which means all your trash needs
It's
to be
walk-in livable.
in broom clean
Right,
condition.
broom clean, that's
and we
the word.
have a bunch of sellers that are a little bit confused on that subject.
Right. No, don't be confused. Get out.
Right.
No,
not
clean it
your
up.
house
Have it
anymore.
clean.
Right.
Sweep it up.
They
Don't
said,
leave
"Our
stuff
movers aren't
everywhere.
coming."
This is why matches were invented.
Yeah.
You don't
Just
like it,
burn
put
up.
it in a pile and torch it.
Yeah.
And we should tell the people that the seller, we get this a lot, the seller doesn't get their check right at the closing table, right?
No, they absolutely do not,
You know,
because we have to
why?
record
We have to record.
at the Registry of Deeds.
Right. Now, do you have any leeway after the signing? Is there a grace period that you can you can
it's
back out?
No.
it's kind
No.
of like we just
To back out of the deal?
back
Oh
out
no,
of the deal.
no. Once
Okay.
everything's signed, it's all
That's legal.
and to,
Yeah.
to put the
That's a good
bow on
point.
it, we have to get to the registry
Right.
and record.
Unlike a
Nice.
refinance, which you do give 3 days
Right,
to
but
get
not
out.
when
Get
you
out of
not
it.
when you purchase.
And,
that's-
and
that's a
when
good
you
point.
record it, you have to do that physically.
Well, we do, or we do something called e-file, which we can do right at our desk.
Artie, we're high tech now.
No, but I'm just wondering if someone that's selling a house and is also waiting to buy a house,
Yeah.
Yep.
depending upon the sale of that
Oh, yeah.
house.
Yeah,
Little
they
So you
have
must
to
get
wait.
that a lot.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
there's a waiting period where
Yes.
everything has to go
No,
through.
that's a good point. So that's what we're trying to tell people.
It must
Don't
be
have
very
everything in line.
stressful.
Yeah.
Don't close.
But that's why you need Carter Law.
That's right.
Don't close your sale at 9 and expect to buy your house at 10.
How
Right,
many
right.
times can we tell the people? Get Carter Law, and you'll be all set.
Right. Because we do
Wow.
this all day long.
Make sure you
Right.
get them on the day that Kathy's there.
I work really hard when
Right.
I
And we
when I
have a
am there.
calendar now to
And it-
show you what day she's going to be there now.
Right.
Right?
And if
Yeah.
and if you're a gambling person,
Don't say another word.
Take the under.
Oh wow!
right.
I think on that, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. We
I
might
need a
have
nap.
to. Can we get the four of us back at some point, Artie?
Oh, I'm off next. Well, no, next Tuesday I got to go to a continuing education thing.
Oh, you
What
do?
time is that at?
What?
What time?
8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Are you gonna be at Soccer Super Stop and Shop?
No, I'll be in Westford.
Okay. All right. Because I still got to get my shots. Thanks for joining
yeah.
Oh,
us.
I already got
I
mine.
couldn't give one yesterday because of my thumb.
You had a broken thumb?
I gave
You
out
did have
4, and then I couldn't give
I
the
did
last
see you with
one.
the carpal tunnel glove
Yeah, I got
on.
it in the car. I
Good
don't want
for
to bring it
you.
in.
Workman's comp. We'll talk about that after
You know,
the show.
maybe I should.
We should talk after the show. We got a lot to
You know
talk
what?
about.
We need to get someone to inspect Artie.
His thumb.
Oh, thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate House Party. Tony V, Paralegal Extraordinaire, Kathy H, and Artie Januario, our favorite pharmacist
Thank you
in
so much.
person.
I'm not
for
your.
coming.
I'm your only pharmacist. I'm not your favorite.
See you next week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.